Hey everyone! Today I'm going to walk you through how I make my solid shaving soaps, and we'll talk about a couple of other things or other ways to approach making a shaving soap. So first I'm starting off with my most popular shaving soap scent, Shave&Ahaircut from Brambleberry, which I am weighing out according to the IFR percentages. I would be talking about that if I were doing the fragrance video like I had planned, but that'll come up soon enough. You see me adding Kaolin Clay. That is, I think I ended up with 4 teaspoons. I go a little bit above what people say 1 teaspoon of additives per pound, and that is a good general rule, but there are some things you can push, and one of them is clay. You can push that a little bit. Depending on the type of clay, have to be careful with that. But with Kaolin Clay, you're pretty safe. So what I did there is make a paste of it and mushed it around a little bit. Keep in mind, this is going at double speed. So anytime you see me stirring, I'm stirring for twice as long as what you see. The soap base I'm using is Crafter's Choice Premium Shave and Shampoo Base. This is my base of choice for a shave soap, but you want to keep in mind things that really help make it a shaving soap, because you could call any soap a shaving soap if you wanted to, but if you really want it to be intended for shaving, you want to consider 2 things, well, maybe 3. You want to consider lather, you want to consider slip, which is why we're putting the clay in. That helps to allow the razor to glide across your skin and not get, not tug on it, not pull, I don't even have the word for it, but not get kind of bumpy in a nice smooth line as you glide it across. And then keep in mind that you don't want anything that's going to irritate or dry your skin. So that is why I chose this base. It is intended for shave, so there is detergent. It's not a detergent-free soap. You are welcome to try detergent-free soaps for shaving soaps, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later if I have time, if not in another video. This one has ingredients that I really like for skin, and as you see me here, I'm going to be stirring for about 1.5 minutes because I'm making a slurry out of this paste, which is just a more liquidy form of a paste, and I'm making sure every lump is out and then it's stirred in thoroughly. So the ingredients that attract me to this base are argan oil, shea butter, silk amino acids, honey, calendula extract, sunflower extract, aloe leaf extract, carrageenan extract, and marshmallow root extract. 2 things to keep in mind. Please don't add aloe leaf or aloe juice or aloe gel on your own to a soap. We'll talk about that more in the additives video, but just don't do it. Find one with aloe if you want aloe in the soap, and there are plenty that have it in the base. The other thing to remember, silk amino acids and honey are both non-vegan ingredients. So you're welcome to use them like I do, but just you can't call it a vegan soap. You can probably find a version of a soap that has similar ingredients without those, and a soap that's vegan. So you see me now making it, getting this slurry stirred really well. There are other types. We're making a solid soap. There are other types of shaving soap that you can make. And one of those, I use a whipped soap base, or a base made for creating whipped soap, to create a whipped shaving soap as well. I don't know if I'm going to ever do that one on film. It's a possibility. I'll consider it. But what I definitely will do is show you the other types of shaving soaps I create with this same base or with other bases as well, adding different clays, and utilizing the ingredients that are contained in other bases that I like. I tend to not add ingredients to my soap base to make it different. I buy one that works differently, And so this is my favorite for shaving soaps, but there are others, and even detergent-free soaps that I will use, because many of them have a really good lather, and you can, particularly when you're adding clay and use, being careful with the amount of fragrance you're adding, which I'm always a little more careful when it's for shaving, especially for men's soaps, because you don't want a bunch of fragrance on their face. That can be a little overkill. So go easy on the fragrance oil or essential oil or whatever. Remember that that's going on their faces. And then it's just easy. You just pour the rest of the soap in, make sure it's really well incorporated, and spritz with alcohol. One of the points of me one of the points of me stirring for so long with that slurry is to make sure there's no lumps. If you just dump the clay in, or just even just scrape that paste into a vat of soap, or a bucket of soap, or whatever you want to call it, you're going to end up with chunks. And so it's important to add that soap a little at a time and create a slurry with it. And here's my little bit of leftovers. I aimed for 8 pieces, and I always try to overestimate, because it's easier to have a little extra piece than it is to try to go back and make more. So I used basically 2 pounds of soap. And I used 2 pounds and created 8, because these are 4 ounces each. You can pour these in a tin, and you'll see in some of the pictures I've done that before and included a little shave brush. Those are difficult for me to source at a reasonable price, so I've kind of stopped doing that. But a lot of people like them. The people who use my soaps tend to also like the rounds just as well, so I kind of stopped doing that. And then, you can play with other types of clay. Bentonite is a great one. I sometimes will add charcoal. I have a type I add charcoal to, as well as bentonite clay. The kaolin is a really kind of universal one. It's quite mild. Bentonite, be careful to get a really fine version. You can get some that are kind of sandy, a little too gritty, and those aren't as great. They're not going to hurt you, but they're certainly going to clog up your razor a little, I think. Here's my quick lather test. I want to show you that lather being super important for shaving. Lather, the clay for slip. And this is a mild detergent, believe it or not, that what Crafter's Choice adds to theirs is a mild detergent. All of their premium bases, and no, I am not affiliated with them. I just like their ingredients and the way they perform. So you've got lather, you've got foam. If you keep going with that and work that lather a little more, you're going to have a really foamy lather, and a lot of people like that for shaving. And the slip is wonderful, and the skin feel is great, at least on my skin. I know we're all a little different when it comes to that. I hope you learned something, and if you have questions, please let me know in the comments. And as always, I'm here to hopefully to make you a better soap maker, or at least make you think a little bit, or inspire you to try different things. And please reach out if you want. And I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Bye.